My name is Matthew Gaul. I am the founder of the ECONOME Business Conference and Mixer and the creative director of Common Sense. I am the holder of a bachelor's degree in finance. I'm 24 years old and I love sports, music, and reading.
30 hertz straight up.
So I started out at the University of Guyana pursuing a bachelor's degree in finance, and one of my lecturers actually challenged the class to use our degrees to positively impact our community, because most finance professionals, they just go do accounts or they go work at GRA or something that, it's out of the public, and they just work for companies, but you don't see them using the degrees. Like probably a lawyer may offer pro bono cases, or a doctor, those are more heralded careers in terms of the impact in the community. So I like public speaking, I like finance, and I just decided to mesh those two talents, and the idea of common sense and my passion for financial literacy was birthed through just wanting to use what I've learned in my 4 years at the University of Guyana, my own personal readings, to impact the community. Of course, you would see that many Guyanese lack financial literacy skills. We've not been taught in our homes, neither at school, and I wanted to fill that gap. The name Common Sense was actually not an original idea. I have a group of friends, we discuss basketball issues every day. I'm a big sports fan, and I pitched the idea of a financial literacy podcast to them, and I asked each of them to suggest a name because I wanted a creative and a catchy name. And actually one of my friends in the States was the one that suggested the name Common Sense. Of course, growing up, you always hear your parents or your grandmother ask you, why don't you have any common sense, or use your common sense and stuff like that. And I just decided to flip the sense to sense. And be as relatable and as catchy as possible, because young people like catchy stuff, and that was the genesis of the name. But the podcast itself, it's a financial literacy podcast. Now, finance is a major area in your relationship, in your family, in your marriage, in your education, in your entertainment, in your social life. So money is not just about business, but money encompasses every area of your life. I know a few years ago there was that incident at Marriott whereby a young man took a young lady out on a date, and he left, and I think the bill was unpaid. It was poor financial skills displayed in that date. Many times the number one reason for divorce actually in the United States of America is finance. Not domestic violence, not lack of communication, not infidelity, but finance. Last year, July 10th, which was about 2 or 3 days ago, I hosted the first Common Sense event. That did not fall under the brand ECONOME, but it was the foundation to what is currently being built. And in November 2022, I hosted the first ECONOME. That was held at Princess Hotel. We had about 275 persons. And then a few weeks ago, we had over 488 persons at the Marriott, sold out the Marriott for ECONOME 2.0. I did not expect it to grow this fast because it's finance, it's business. Young people prefer to spend their money on entertainment, but I think that the consistency, the quality, the relatability, the informal nature of the conference and the mixer has resonated with our young people. Of course, it's very important to keep it fresh, keep it new, always seek to elevate the standards. I think anyone that has been at the two economies thus far would have seen the difference from Princess to Marriott from the very stage. From when you walk in and you're greeted with the ushers, from the food, from the drinks, from the panelists, everything is seen drastic improvements. And I just want to continue to, be innovative as possible, be creative as possible, and to continue to deliver what young people want to hear. While I would want to encourage everyone to be an entrepreneur, the reality is everyone is not cut out for entrepreneurship. And I wouldn't delude anybody into believing that, the world is a kumbaya world whereby everyone can own a business. It will never work like that. On the flip hand, I do not want to diminish anyone's dream of becoming a business owner. What I would say is that ensure that you spend significant amount of time thinking about it. You can't just wake up one day and decide to open a business. I think many times we hear so much about entrepreneurship that people think it's just easy, you just flip a switch and hey, I'm a business owner. It requires strategic planning, it requires time, investment, thinking, if you want to be a consistent entrepreneur and a long-lasting and a sustainable business owner.